My name is Jose Garzon and I'm a musician, and tonight I'm partying for a living. Well, first of all, I have to say that I'm not in any way a pioneer or creator of EMO Night. EMO Night's been going, actually the dudes from EMO Night New York and EMO Night Brooklyn started the whole emo parties. And I live in Seattle, so I started going to some local emo nights there, and I really liked it. I really felt like home, you know, listening to the music we used to listen to back in the day. And I lived here for about 12 years, so I usually, when I tour, I usually try to finish my shows with like a homecoming show or something like that. And then I had that idea of, you know, maybe on this tour I should stop by and just like get all my emo friends together and get sad together, you know. I thought it would be really cool to just, no, it's not a concert, no, it's more of a party, and I see it as high school reunion meets Warped Tour. Well, I moved to Southwest Florida in 2002, which means there was no music scene at all. I remember going into the library in downtown, just Googling punk bands in Fort Myers. And the only band that popped up was Later Days. They were like the only band around here. So I remember going to some of their shows. They used to play a lot of like high schools and a lot of like the skate park in Naples, little local shows like that. There was no touring bands coming into town at all. In 2008, I was in a band called the Absentee Ballot, and we got signed and we started playing bigger shows like Warped Tour, and we started playing like touring with bigger bands. And then whenever they were in Florida, they would stop by and say hi, and we were like, why don't we just do a shows? But there was no venues, so we had to look for like either a house, or we had to look, there was a little coffee shop that would let us play. It was probably the size of this warehouse right here, like this half of this warehouse, and we will put in 120 people in that little space with a little tiny 60-watt PA. It was awesome. So that was pretty much, it was really DIY, the scene. Kevin used to actually be tour manager for, hey, he's here. Kevin used to be a tour manager for the Absentee Ballot, and he used to do our sound and just kind of be around and helping out. Literally right after you left, it's like nothing really happened anymore. No one's playing shows anymore, and it's kind of sad, dude. Like if you think about it, there's a lot of talent obviously around here. You work with bands around here. There's a lot of bands.
It's like all the venues kind of went away too. Most of them. They're starting to come back now. But.
Yeah, like that. Oh, there used to be a little restaurant called Yabo. Remember Yabo?
I don't think I ever went.
It was an Italian restaurant, like almost like a fine dining little spot in
South
Fort Myers. And the owner was like a rock and roller, like Ryan Kita is his name, and he used to serve dinner until like 9:45, and then there was like a line of kids already outside, and he closes at 9:45 and then takes all the chairs out, and we just set up and do like punk rock shows in there. It was awesome. Promote a show, we used to just go to Hot Topic and talk to the manager, and we'll call a bunch of our friends and just play inside the Hot Topic store and at the mall, and just like give away flyers and let them know, you know, like, hey, we have a show this weekend or whatever, come out. So that's how we promote shows. I think it's way more fun than sharing something on social media.
Hoping people come.
Yeah, I mean, and you get that connection. You're not only inviting someone to a show, but you're making a fan right away. We used to, we just like, hey, you want to listen to our music? And we'll let them listen. And then we're like, oh, we're playing at this place tonight, and then hope they come. You know, we had tickets. It worked. Like it really like, because you know they knew you. It wasn't like somebody coming to a show tonight,
and when they get there, they're like, oh,
hey, like they want to talk to you. And that really worked on tour for us, because we will never have places to sleep or eat, but we'll meet people at the mall and they come to the show, and then we'll end up at their houses, like eating and, you know, sleeping there or whatever, partying with them for the rest of the night. So that was cool.
Some of them will show us their axe collection.
Remember that? Yeah, we had to deal with a lot of crazy people on tour because of that, because we didn't have a place to sleep, and we just kind of went with whoever wanted to give us shelter. With Brian, He was in Vega Under Fire, and we were really good friends with Vega Under Fire. I remember playing Sunset Lily's last show was on Brian's 18th birthday, which is crazy, and he probably doesn't remember that, but I'm gonna tell him tonight. I have pictures from that show when he was a little 18-year-old boy. Everyone's influenced by something, and I think we were a part of that generation that started that. So you would never, I mean, if you tried to do this 5 years ago, it would never happen because people were like, emo wasn't like, oh, you like emo music? That sucks. And we were made fun of. Like, why are you listening to that screamo crap? Like, what is that? When you go to shows, you can't mosh like an adult. Like, you can't just like jump around. You have to hit people now. What is that? So people didn't really understand it. So I think now is it's coming back. Yeah.
We must dance game. This is the part you clap. Come on. Please tell me what to do. Please tell me what to say to everyone you know when they ask you for me. Just tell them this is hard for you too. We roll these words. Trying to tell you that this time you've been caught, and it's my 2 out of 3. I must confess I'm hurt by the way things ended, and you must confess you feel the same. We wrote these rules. We lost this game. Please tell me what to do. Please tell me what to say to everyone you know. Just tell them this is hard for you too, for you too, for you too. Are you guys with me? My guitar stopped working, of course. I don't know why.
You don't need it.
Should I go a cappella or what?
Fuck yeah.
Okay. And I want you to sing with them too. It goes like this. Another night wishing we were together, okay? Here we go, Jay. Take it away. Another night wishing we were together. Okay. Another night wishing we were together. Another night